Good morning, Roy.
Good morning, good sir.
How we doing this lovely
Ha-
morning?
Good. Happy post FOMC.
Happy post FOMC. Big move overnight.
Just say, are you surprised by this move, or did you have it penciled in?
Me personally, I did not have it penciled in, but if you notice, we drew our levels yesterday, and that 57, 78, 50 level held like a champ.
Unbelievable.
It is, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
I've got my fibs drawn from the low last night to the high this morning to see what we got. We do have a level down here. I do not have any zones up above because you know what? There's no zones to draw up above. So there's that.
So we will pretty confidently say open at all-time highs for the
Close, yeah.
market.
Yeah.
So what does that mean, right? So now you're literally in no man's land.
Yeah, the crazy thing I was telling Roy before the stream started, CVD is now negative 900. CVD was only what plus 700 when we
Yeah.
joined pre morning.
So on an 80-point move, you would not expect a plus 700
Yeah, and
CVD.
I have not reset anything either. So this is from overnight, which is very strange. I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting to open it up and be like 20,000, and it
Yeah.
wasn't. So, of course, now when you are dealing with blowbacks and all that stuff, it's you don't have the orders in there, so it won't go as high as you would expect. But I was not expecting 700.
You got NQ tested 20,000, so it did hit 20,000. Um, Obviously ES has done its dance, 5780, just a hair under 5780. But the I was telling you pre-stream, I don't know how you wake up this morning after what happened after he got done talking, wake up with this move up and say, yeah, I'll take some more. I would say you'd close out some positions and say thank you Jesus and move forward. But we'll see.
I, mean,
Crypto's dancing a little bit. Gold's dancing a little bit.
I did not
It's a
watch
everything
the
move.
press conference yesterday, but I did. From what I read, it sounded like OJ Powell was pretty dovish on everything yesterday. So
Yeah, I mean, there's some like he literally said the economy is fine, everything is fine. That was a, a funny kind of thing to do 50 basis points and say everything is fine. So a lot of people took that as the meme that it is. Um, yeah, and I was telling you in a chat yesterday. I think you had to sell the news event, which is what you saw after he got done talking, and I think it opens the door where he doesn't cut next meeting. I mean, you had the economic projections say that there's going to be 50 more basis points of cuts. Um, so did he front load this one to be able to pause to see what the next one does and then do another 50 basis points in December and skip November, which kind of makes a little sense is um, he could see what the earnings are showing. He could see more economic data before he makes another big move instead of just having to go on autopilot 25 basis points down next meeting.
yeah,
So a lot of questions have been raised. This was a pretty entertaining FOMC though, because it was right up to the gun. You didn't know if it was going to be 25 or 50. There's been I don't remember a time since COVID, this whole COVID cycle kicked off with the Fed interference that we didn't know what the decision was going to be at least a few days before. Um, so yeah, it was entertaining. It was entertaining. So the fallout is what we care about. So what we do need to look at is what Fed speakers we got chatting away. We got any?
Wow. So, Nikki T tweeted this morning,
Okay.
and going to the next meeting, it's going to be again 25 or 50. What's the case for not doing 50 again? And so that just makes it a little more complicated. That is interesting.
Hmm.
Was not expecting to see that from him this morning. So,
I just think that that's a bit aggressive given that inflation isn't exactly where you want it. I mean, it's trending where you want it, but it's not there yet. You're seeing a drop in pre-market right now. 15 points off the high.
let's see, I'm trying to find. I saw a tweet yesterday that could, and I forgot who tweeted it. So just give me a minute while I scroll. But there was a tweet for uh, showing that they might pump this market like they did in '07 before the '08 crash. And it's very interesting read when I saw it. Made me think twice.
To the day, actually, yesterday was the 2007 50 basis points initial
Yep,
cut.
to the day.
It's pretty amazing.
So many similarities, so much. And of course, we know that the Fed actually pumped up the market then,
Yeah.
and we know what happened after that. I'm just gonna scroll. This is not for good streaming, but
Scroll away, sir.
it was a very, I thought, interesting tweet, and I thought had some really good information. Now, oh, I can't remember his name. The one that shared it. He's a doomsdayer, pretty much.
Let's see. Sven. That's a popular one. You got um, Kramer, Michael Kramer,
It wasn't
not
Kramer.
Jim Kramer.
If it was Jim Kramer, I'd be loading longs right now.
Yeah, no, it was. Let's see who else you got. The Zero Hedge, of course.
Of course, they're not going to tweet this morning, so I'm having to scroll a lot. And I hadn't opened it up since yesterday, so hopefully we get down to a point where it just goes right back to there.
So I believe Led messaged to me that ECB skipped their BOE. BOE held. They did not cut any additional today, this morning. Um, nice move up here off of that little wiki down. Um, BOJ has their decision tonight, midnight. So if you're swinging, careful.
Yes, if you're trading gold, definitely be careful.
Yeah.
So it is Financial Lot. I don't know if any of y'all ever followed Financial Lot.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not
So
that. I mean, he's doomsdayer, but not. He's a lower
let me
tier
find
doomsdayer, I think.
this. So I'm on him now. Let's see where he set it at. Here's one where he's talking about the PPI is looking very similar to 2008. You can have a rising inflation with rising unemployment like 2008. Inflationary bear market is what destroys businesses. So he's thinking that Powell is trying to create an inflationary bear market to create his soft landing that will actually end up tanking the market overall.
That'll backfire, basically.
Yes. Let me find where he actually said the tweet he actually said it at.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad theory, and I don't honestly think it's misplaced. I think if that's kind of the definition of a soft landing, right? You're trying to.
Yeah, and he's also he's slamming Yellen. It's normally the yield curve uninverts when unemployment begins rising. Yellen is manipulated by issuing mostly short duration T bills, holding the YC inverted. That's actually interesting too. So it's pretty much saying that Yellen is manipulating the numbers. So here it is. So if Powell starts up a repo again after doing a huge rate cut, he's initially fueling derivatives, speculation, and commodities by injecting the banks with fresh liquidity. This is what they did in February 08 and September 19th, March 23rd, or September 19, March and 23 when banks had liquidity crisis. Then the Fed pulled the rug. So pretty much saying if they do it again and pull the rug, we're going to have a major disaster on our hands. Which eventually the Fed has to pull the rug. So
Right.
You can make anything make sense.
Yeah, of course. It's whether the market wants to listen to it.
Yep.
You know, I mean, logically, all of it makes sense, but
And then he goes on to say that a 50% cut is panic, or 50 basis point cut is panic. Powell's initially caused an inflationary bear market to delay a crash and make a recession far worse. Combined with Yellen holding the yield curve inverted for the longest period in history, we aren't getting out of this without mass unemployment and poverty.
yeah, I mean, again, all the narratives can be spinned by any way. I mean, you could say that the 50 basis point is not necessarily panic that things are bad, but panic that they're too late.
Which would then, in case, cause other issues. So
exactly.
It's very interesting. I like the. So the reason we study history is so we don't repeat history, and right now we are repeating history. Now, do we get the same effects after? Only one way to find out. But right at this moment, we're repeating history the last 4 times we've had market crashes. So think about that.
Yeah, and I would say that we're strong. The economy is strong, but I think we're vulnerable. You're starting to see the cracks. You're starting to see the vulnerabilities. You're starting to see the ability to hide some of the cracks starting to dwindle. And you got an election coming up. You got two administrations that have two different views on how they're going to handle this thing. So,
well, I mean, Yellen's doing her thing because she wants to keep this administration in. So
yeah, and it's you don't never want to bring politics into it all as far as making trading decisions or any of that, but it is important to keep in mind of where people's motives are and people that can push the buttons. Now, for us, where does that leave us as traders, right? I would say using highly leveraged instruments like futures is pretty tough right now, um, given the swings that you can have. So um, I'll probably dumb down back to MES today. I traded a little ES this week, and just kind of not allow myself to get shaken out a bit because, to be honest, it's spicy. In a hair, you could be down $400 or $500.
Very true. Very true.
So, anybody out there that is trading and is unsure and has FOMO this morning and stuff like that, just take it slow. We'll find the levels. We'll see if we can get a good entry something. But the open, I hate opens like these.
I'm gonna wait. I'm not in a rush to get anything right now. Couple notes. Like, subscribe, comment to the videos, please. The more you do, the more it helps. And we are taking a much needed day off tomorrow, so we will not be streaming tomorrow.
And we'll do that from time to time. Personal matters or stuff like that will come up, but I think it's also good. I'm a bit burnt out. I think Monty's a bit burnt out. I think tomorrow's be a good day to just let the chips fall and
Yeah, you got to
relax.
decompress sometimes. So
Yeah. And again, I don't I don't like days like today where you open up 95 points up. I mean, this is just lunacy, right? You have SPY at 561.40 on the close, and it's currently 570.74.
yeah, it's strange looking at the pre-market Mag 7. You got 4 of the 7 that are red.
Mm.
Of course,
So
Apple leading the charge again, 1.8% up. Google, man, just churns 0.3% every day, don't they? It's just they're gonna get you 0.3 every day. The VIX
yeah,
has come down a bit. It's down to 1644. If you remember
yeah,
yesterday, we were talking about it being 19. So
yeah. I mean,
since
if you
close, it's down $1.70, almost 10%.
if you do want to look long at some of these names, you just got to see what's gotten beaten the hell out of it. If you do believe the move's going to continue,
Yep.
you know, Nvidia,
Nvidia
of course.
down 2%. It's kind of strange.
I don't know if that's right because I've got them at 117. So I think you
Okay,
may want
it's
to
showing here now. This is trading
trading
view.
view.
Their scanner. I got the Max 7 scanner up.
Yeah, so they've still got yesterday's closes up
Okay.
because I've shown the same thing on trading view.
Okay, makes sense then. Well, then scratch all that.
So we've got Apple up $5, Amazon up $4, Nvidia up $4, Google up $4,
Oh, well, scratch
Microsoft
all my previous statements. Well,
$8.
we will catch up on it at 8:30 when the market opens. Then
There
we'll
you go.
think so.
Tesla $6, Meta $15
Holy
up. So
crap!
they're all popping. Even Exxon's up pre-market.
Yeah, Exxon. There was a little oil news yesterday. So
Home Depot's is Home Depot at all-time highs again. Jeez.
do what now?
Home Depot, I think at all-time highs. Almost.
It is hurricane season, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and then this rate cut, getting
Yeah.
little loans pop up. But I don't
Yeah,
think
you're going
loans are
to
going to
see.
drop.
I don't know if you noticed, but mortgage rates dropped. Actually Tuesday.
Mm,
So I saw where somebody had locked in a 5.5
okay.
interest rate on Tuesday. So interest rates were already starting to creep back, anticipating the rate cut. So that's something to keep an eye on, especially on your. I think NASA called it out. Was like his big thing was like solars, stuff like that. It's going to explode. Which so far I think they did on Wednesday. I'm not sure where they're at today, but I think he said that every one of them were plus 100% up. Every swing trade they took on, all of them were over 100% up.
Wow. Yeah, they are ripping. Mag. Everything's up. I mean, this is a. We'll see. This open will be interesting. I think you'll get. I don't know if you'll get much FOMO. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm normally pretty on the front line of FOMO, and I do not have a feeling to buy here, which is odd. But
Hey,
I'm not
lad,
saying
smart ass. I do have real time data,
I.
so
the
you don't worry about me, brother.
the I, I am half tempted at a name like Micron or something like that if this move decides to sustain, but we'll see. We'll see. For day trading today, like I said, we're gonna wait 15-minute orb, let that play out. I think this open's gonna be pretty spicy. So I've noticed this week you've gotten kind of away of the pre market trades more.
I'm trying to be patient.
Yeah.
I tend to rush stuff sometimes, so
Hmm.
I'm trying to break. So I think what makes us better traders is figuring out what our weaknesses are and then trying to correct our weaknesses. So I'm working on
Yeah.
correcting that weakness.
Same. I can't tell you how many times I've entered a day blowing an account or close to blowing an account and the market hadn't even opened yet. And just because I'm bored, just because I'm trying to chase a loss from the day before or something like that. So I've tried to be a little bit more conscious of it too. Just wait, let it let the level show you.
Yeah,
Let
Howie,
let
I'm
the
with you.
tutorial. Go
Howie said he'd love a pullback to VWAP at open. Me and you both, brother.
ahead.
Me and you both.
Yeah, and that is that the wick high of FOMC near it. 57, 55, 75 is that wick high.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Of course, the volume will come in right at the open, so we'll see how that pushes VWAP up or down.
Yeah. MOO is going to be interesting to see it open.
I, I I would not be surprised they push it up 57.80, get the get the mark, and then come back down.
Let's see. We still got 6 minutes to open, so interesting. See where we go. See where we go if we pull back. CBD is negative 1600. CBD is growing, so make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Coin 171 on the ask. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Fixing looks like we're going to test these the EMA cluster that is all clustered.
Well, if we weren't up 90 points, I'd look to go long, but
It's an interesting start to the morning for sure.
yeah. See, I'm with Led. Led wants to go puts on SPY. I'm gnawing my fingernails off to do the same, but I'm trying to not guess a move. Let it show me what it's gonna do. I do have some already that are gonna look like. I gotta be censored on this stream, so not gonna look too good.
I mean, it would be a gamble, but up here, I don't think it's a horrible gamble. But you know, when you try to guess the market, what happens usually? So, not
Exactly.
financial advice.
Yeah, I mean that, and it's also not in the normal playbook. We're trying to do quick trades, not not long swing trades. I'm gonna distract myself for 5 minutes and get my NFL pick ironed out since we're gonna be off tomorrow.
Yeah, he's already got his lock of the week in colleges. We'll see how
Got my
this.
lock of the week in college.
He's 0 for 2 in the college rank so far.
Yeah, appreciate that reminder.
Absolutely. You know, I'm here to keep you in check, sir.
I got you, and you got Led. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna block lead. It doesn't matter. I fuck lead every day.
At least you know you got a fan. Um, we got Thursday night game tonight. What we got? New England Jets Ew. Yeah, let's get that. Colts, Bears. Ew. By the way, I'm a Bucks fan. I'm really happy with Baker Mayfield now. I was very questionable on him, but I like him, man. I like him as my franchise
I
guy.
saw somebody they compared his start to his career to now to Drew Brees, and the similarities were almost identical. I mean,
Wow.
it was insane. I mean, to the win loss record, to the everything.
Really?
And Baker was actually leading in a few. Baker has less interceptions than Brees had.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Baker, look, he's been with the Browns, been with the Panthers, been with
But
the
you got to think
basically
though,
like
before Brees went to New Orleans, Brees wasn't Brees either.
no. When he was with the Chargers, he had a weapon. LaDainian Tomlinson still couldn't quite make it there.
Yeah, but they put him with Sean Payton. That's where it changed everything.
Yeah.
Even
They
though
made a
Sean
good
Payton's
decision.
looking like garbage in Denver,
Yeah.
he was the Breeze whisperer when they were in New Orleans.
Yeah, that was the famous. He was basically on his way to Miami, and they said, "No, we want Dante Culpepper instead."
No, he failed the physical.
Oh, that's right. That's
His
right.
shoulder. Yeah, his shoulder. He
That's
failed the physical
right.
because of his shoulder. And Nick Saban, to this day, will say if he had to do it all over again, he would have fired the doctors and signed Breeze. Because, Saban was the coach then.
Oh yeah, yeah. That drama.
Saban's style never would have worked in the NFL. And I don't think Saban would have liked staying in the NFL just because he likes berating people. Hard to berate pros with a players union behind them.
Yep. Very true.
We've got some big orders up around the 57.80 to 57.85 area. So you got a bunch of orders sitting at 57.70 around that area. You got 57.35. You got a ton of orders sitting down there. That's going to be interesting. To the upside, you got a couple hundred sitting at 5,800. That's just going to be fishing orders. I need to go in here. There's a way I can come in here and take some of these bots out because the bot orders are not filled. That's your spoof orders that are popping in and out. That's your algorithms just trying to move the market. Trying to move the market.
One of my goals in the next month is to learn Bookmap a bit more. I think there's a lot more to it than.
There's a ton to it. You can read it a million different ways.
Yeah, like iceberg orders and all that.
Oh yeah, but your iceberg orders are going to be your orders sitting out on their own, right? Like so the 270 sitting at 57.35, that would be an iceberg order. The 218 sitting at 5,800 is an iceberg order. You're looking for orders like you got a 56.20, you got 100 orders sitting up there as an iceberg. 58.05, 124. All right, we're at open and we popped a little. We're gonna let's see what we do here. CBD is actually coming back, so we'll see.
Go ahead and get this over with. See my damage.
It seems like it wants to come back, but all right. So I told you I wanted to see the MO imbalance this morning. So the S&P 500 was plus 570 million. That's a huge number for the open.
Yeah, it is.
NASDAQ, this is interesting, was negative 25 million.
Oh Lord.
The Dow was plus 35 million. The Max 7 was negative 25 million.
So we open up all-time highs. Shocking.
Yes, we do.
We got on. Interesting enough, Apple is still about $13 from its all-time high. Amazon is about $12 from its all-time high. Nvidia we know, is about $25 from its all-time high.
We get this break here, boys and girls. We could get
Short.
that VWAP move.
See a retest of the previous, that fib line, 73. There's a retest and fail. Damn, that was fast.
Needs to get a clear break here, and then we could have a little pain. CBD's holding at negative 1,000, so it's not really moving. They push it back up to like negative 200, then it popped back to negative 1,000. So,
as expected, market tide shows calls up, puts down. However, general market tide has puts volume higher than call volume. SPY holdings calls up, puts down, with call volume higher than puts. So
yeah, we need to see
has
this break here. It needs to break and go. Of course, your VWAP, we talked about being careful with your VWAP. Your VWAP is pointing straight up.
Yeah. I mean, that is like you watching Allie Landry in the 98 degrees video in the 90s.
Still just clubbing along here. I look for it to maybe pop back up and then possibly come back down and test again. Or clear. CBD is coming back down negative 800 on this move here.
Could get a negative cross on MACD graded very early with not a lot of data there, but
Fitch says economists project a sizable slowdown in U.S. growth for 2025 and a series of interest rate cuts through 2026. U.S. labor market and job growth already slowing down. Same trend appears likely for state budgets. Yes, we should see. I know they're talking about a soft landing, but I still think we see some sort of recession here.
it's holding 57.70 for now, testing it. I would like a retest of 57.73 and then a reject. That would be nice. But candle hadn't closed yet.
No, we still got about a minute left in it. I'm going to tell you, I'm not super surprised that we're getting a little pullback here. Led, I hope you got seriously, this is no joke. I hope you got your SPYs in quick, your SPY puts. Because you could have be up a decent amount real quick.
Yeah, good amount.
Howie said he got a nice gap on the RTY drop. Good job, sir.
Nice job. Yeah,
We'll have to get on the screen one day.
A 3-minute showing. Yeah, that'd be cool. A 3-minute showing, just as this candle showing. Nice down move. Give me a retest up there at 73. A reject. Give it to me. I don't think it's going to happen, though. That's the point of control, by the way.
Okay.
And I think that's where your clusters are. Your EMA clusters.
Yeah, right around there. CBD is negative 1,600 now. It is growing to the negative side, so something to keep an eye on.
Interesting.
I should have took that. I didn't take that break. That's annoying.
Puts slight uptick of volume is increasing on puts on general market tide. Calls are increasing and puts are increasing on holdings with call volume higher on holdings. So that would suggest that people are buying the big. Oh, calls just had a pop on volume. Yeah, calls had a pop on volume and puts are falling. So now general market tide has call volume up and puts falling. And
good job, lad. He got his puts it open and just closed them out. So congratulations on the trade.
Good job. Flow has just switched bullish on both holdings and on general. Uh, so you may get a kind of a fake
CBD is
activity
negative
spot.
3,000 now, by the way.
Yeah, calls are still rising, puts are still falling. This is interesting.
Negative 3,400.
You could just this could be a battle of smart money and dumb money here. Calls still rising, puts still falling. Market falling. Basically, that tells me what they're buying any dip
They're going to always buy the dip.
via
I
via
don't know when they're going
options.
to stop buying the dip.
Yeah, via options. SPY under 570, 569.60.
I would love a pop up. I think I think it's almost, we almost have to trend back some today. I just don't, I hate being biased. That mess you up, but I am a little biased this morning. So
Calls rising still. Puts falling still. General market. They saw this dip and wanted it. So probably get your push up here and we'll see if it rejects. What NQ do? Did NQ test 20,000 and bounce? Damn, you got close. 20,004, then bounced.
yeah, that is exactly right. He said he's going to stay out of the way here. I expect more move down by the end of the day, but there will be people buying the dip. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Orb retest low here.
Yeah, I'm wanting to get up and test these. I was wanting to test those EMAs, and I would probably take a short here. I am in an XFA. I am going to trade one. I'm not going to. Trying to build this bad boy up to over 3,000, then we'll go back to our regular scheduled programming.
Calls straight vertical. I mean, just straight vertical. Calls up, still climbing, puts dropping. Total volume on calls saying going up. It's a definitely a call party right now. What's CBD showing?
Negative 3,600. So CBD is still it. It hadn't lost anything on this little pop up.
Just like Howie said, we did test the orb low on the 5 minute, and it so far is holding as a rejection point. So far.
Now, one thing to note, I've said this before, and I will say it every day. So even with your CBD, if your CBD gets really lean one way, like as far as especially on the short side, you could always see a short squeeze from that. So always be careful when you're watching CBD. And the opposite is effect for your longs. You can see panic selling too. So
SPX is still above 5,700, by the way.
Let's see if it's gonna give me this test now. Finally,
you want a comical chart? Look at the SPX chart, since it obviously doesn't do pre-market.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Well, we can't pull it on Top Step X, so
yeah, that's a gap. That's a gap. Call still rising, nonstop, just going up, vertical.
and I'm still looking for a short, so make it make sense. CBD's come back a little bit down to negative 31 or so.
Our buddy the VIX is down 9%, but it is climbing.
Yeah,
almost 10%. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost 9.7% down. We round up here, Roy.
Sorry, yeah. Except on losses, I'll round down.
Yeah. We always round down. You lost $17.99, lost $1,500.
Exactly. Look at NVIDIA. Look at that chart. You can tell where they're buying the calls.
Lord. Yeah, Apple too.
Yeah. So you're getting Mag 7 getting love this morning.
Yeah, and you're getting NQ getting love this morning while ES is not. Very interesting look there.
Yeah.
They're going in opposite directions right now.
Old PayPal 75.50.
Didn't they have some
Darling.
news come out yesterday or overnight?
Let's see. They had a price target neutral. Oh, PayPal and Amazon team up for first step of branded checkout collaboration.
Yeah,
That'll do it.
there you go. Yeah, I knew I saw
That'll do it.
something through.
Calls still rising, puts still falling.
CBD just hanging out around -32.
Got 3 minutes till this orb closes. What's our range so far? I'm at an 18-point range. You got your fib line at what, 60? 57.60?
I don't have. Yeah, the 23.6. Yes.
Coin flying. 172, up 5.5%.
I think crypto's moving.
Yep.
CBD is -39. Finna go -4,000. Just went over -4,000.
Yeah, these two are not aligned, flow and bookmap.
And it's not giving my stupid test. This is where patience just kills me. This is why I'm not patient sometimes.
Gold flirting back with 2,600 on a pullback, small pullback. SPX under 5,700, 5,699. So
We're testing the 5760 here. Bounce so far. CBD has gone to -6,000.
Small uptick on puts, small downtick on calls. Yeah, calls still way ahead. So a lot of people are about to get crushed, or this thing's gonna create a squeeze. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah,
So,
about
well,
1
maybe
minute
we'll
till the orb.
VWAP test. That would be. Oh, it's hard to take it along with CBD is -6,500 now.
Can't do it.
I want to take a VWAP test long, but it would have to be a quick scalp.
This orb's gonna give us a 20-point range.
That's pretty big for opening range.
Oh, maybe more. 23. That was a good
Negative
5-minute orb low retest, by the way.
7,300.
Puts are starting to get some steam. They're almost crossing the zero line on general market tide. Holdings still calls way ahead. General market tide calls are still way ahead, but puts are getting some traction.
All right, so let's give us a pop up here to these EMAs. Come on, give us a pop to these EMAs. Do it for me.
I tell you, that 5-minute orb retest was money.
That was the play so far, for sure.
That was good, Howie. That was very good. All right, let me draw my orb. See if we can get in this.
Roy, today was a 3-minute orb play.
It was. It was.
It came right back, tested it, and dropped. And from that point, you could have got 10 points off of it easy.
Little stress, too.
There was no stress. I mean, you wouldn't have took any heat on it.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes sometimes. CBD is
Negative
-7,500. You've got orders. Oh, they're dropping those orders too. We're fixing to get You can see the orders here.
There it goes. It's dropping. Broke low on the orb. Testing VWAP.
See the order here. So now what I would look for is if it holds this break, We'll look for a retest and a rejection, but it's actually holding VWAP right now. Still struggling with it.
Some ugly candles on NQ.
Oh wow, NQ looks bad now, don't it?
Look at NQ's VWAP.
Yeah.
It's 100 points away.
Let's see. Oh man. Oh, why did I not take that? You know, I called those EMA breaks up earlier too.
Yeah.
And I didn't take that trade, and look where it went. The first one, as soon as it broke, I was like, hey, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to take this cluster break and just watched it go.
Puts above the zero line on general markets high. Calls are rising as well. So you still got call buyers showing up. Call volume still drastically outweighing put volume.
CBD negative 9,000.
So no surprise, Mag 7 dominating the call buying with Tesla on top, Nvidia second, Apple third.
Well, there was 3 points in that long if I took the VWAP test.
Yeah, here's your orb low retest here. Gambler in me wants to take a short here on this orb low retest.
CBD's holding around negative 9,000, so
Calls
I just came back to negative 8,000.
Yeah, calls is rising, puts are kind of flattening out. The move was made. Now it's whether you want to chase it or not.
I think we're going to see a pop here.
So you're back in the orb range now.
Oh, I was twice. I didn't take that damn trade either. Look at this. Son of a gun.
There's your mini pop. 61 on ES.
We got 7 points. 7 points.
NQ between the 8 and the 20 right now. 21, sorry. And Howie with a beautiful chart.
Yep.
Beautiful. Beautiful play. Bookmap, where we got orders sitting?
Your order sitting above 57.65, basically.
Okay.
So you can see this area up here that you could tend to go to. To the low side, you got this cluster here to watch, and this cluster down here to watch. CBD still holding negative 89, negative 9.
NQ looks nasty.
It does, man. It dropped below everything, didn't it? So we're getting a VWAP test again. CBD is negative 95.
Yeah, you're getting nothing on flows suggesting this, but again, your flows been out of it. There's your drop.
You possibly see this test down here, this 57.50 test.
Yeah, I think so. NQ is showing it. NQ is now 60 points from VWAP, 50 points from VWAP.
I tried to get a short there and missed it. I don't do market sales, so
I did 3 MES and made like $40 in like seconds. And I'll take it, but I don't know why I was so aggressive. I think it's because Flow's got me all messed up because it's not showing this move, but I mean it's pretty obvious where it's headed.
Oh my gosh, CBD just ran to negative 12,000.
So now you're looking at what a VWAP retest and reject.
Hopefully, I mean there was 5 points I could have got off this stupid move already
Thank
that
you
I
free
missed.
falling.
See, my order's still there, by the way,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna leave it there. We got it 755 is kind of where we could pop to. So I got my order at 5450. They keep pulling orders right above it though. That's kind of slowing it down. Watch the city's orders popping in. They go away. Then you'll see hundreds popping in, and then they go away.
5750, I would imagine you get a little bit of buyers, which could push us up to VWAP, and then that's what gets you rejection.
Looks like 45 is the next target. Actually, they're dropping below 45.
Call volume starting to slow a little bit.
44.
Yeah, call volume definitely slowing.
Well, this is where a market order would have been a good thing. CBD is not running away. It's still negative 11.2. It's kind of just chilling here.
Yeah, I think it got some buyers that'll show up here at this range. I mean, now you're talking 30 points off the high, but NQ is selling. NQ does not look good.
Oh, that is definitely an ugly chart.
Yeah.
Looks like it's fixing to fill me here. Hopefully it does. Right at it. Well, we're going to tease me with it. Tease me with it. Going to tease.
55.50 or 55?
54.50.
54.50.
And they just got up to 53.50. There's 53.25. They got up right at almost 54 a second ago and then went straight back down. So I'm going to be hard-headed and leave this order where it's at. Good call. I'm in. So.
Oh, I think I missed you by a tick.
Now let's see.
NQ green candle
moving up, so we might take some heat on this one. To be honest with you.
Yeah, NQ moving up. It's no, it's pretty weak. I was thinking NQ could get a retest of 20,000. It's at 19,983.
I'm gonna put my take profit at 45. That's where all the orders are sitting. If it takes me out at 45, that's going to be actually a really good day for this account because I've been doing 200 a day. That would get me over 400. If it hits that, we're going to leave our stop where it's at now because I don't think we're going back. I don't know. If we break VWAP, I'm probably going to be screwed anyway, but we're going to take it here. So far, the trend is to the downside, which is kind of expected with the move we had overnight.
NQ is testing 20,000 now, 20,004. Just kind of
back above VWAP. It's going to come up and test that 60 level, maybe a little higher than 60.
You got clusters now on VWAP, clusters on NQ. VWAP is still ways away, so NQ's ripping through those clusters now. 20,010. So tech got bidded up down here.
Yeah.
So you're at
or below test here.
Yeah, as your
probably should have waited, but I was VWAP. I was expecting VWAP to hold down, and the way CBD was still coming.
Yeah, flows still back, calls in control. Puts went below the zero line on general market tide. Holdings is all calls. This is a pretty strong move up, to be honest. On that, how CBD looking?
Negative 97.
So it needs to get 10,000 again. Oh, you get a rejection here. That'd be great.
A rejection here would be huge, and it would probably hit my target at 45 if it does. But
yeah,
You still got 127 orders sitting at 57.45. But VWAP getting back above it is a big move here. So
Yeah, and you're now above the orb low and previous drop candles. So now you're
yeah, we're probably going to take a L on this trade. And it's going to go hit me there and then drop back down. You know, there's always a saying. There's an old saying. I don't know if you've heard it before, but put your order where you think your stop loss would be.
yeah. Let's see. Calls kind of still doing its thing, still rising on holdings, flattening out on general market tide. Yeah, it's just the calls are in control, which is not surprising given the move up and the little dip down.
CBD's climbing back up, negative 99 on this move up. So
NQ did not close above those clusters.
it's negative 10.
NQ back below 20,000, or sorry, it just tested.
With this CBD rising or going in my favor the way it is, I mean, it's negative 9,900 right now. I'm so tempted to move this stop, but because I think it's going to hit, and it's going to take me out here. One tick from taking me out so far. One tick. Let's see if it takes it out this time. It wants to. Yep, there it is. We re-enter the short. I could be a dumb play. I'm a little hard-headed right now, so bear with me.
Flow is kind of slow and a bit on calls and puts. So I think everybody that got in made their bets for now. Yeah, NQ bounced off of 20,000, but it's testing again. It's below and it's falling fast. Let's see if we can get some continuation here. There is support for NQ at 20,000. It keeps popping below it and then getting back to it. So you could have a nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
There it goes.
with CBD being negative, like on this move up, CBD only dropped back to negative 97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, NQ holding 20,000 still.
NQ's holding its orb low, is what it's trading around. It broke it, then came right back up to it and a couple times. ES is in the orb right here at these EMAs. VIX is came back down right in the middle of its orb. I got automatic, so on TradingView I have all my. Oh, I forgot we had news.
Oh.
Yep, U.S. existing sales 3.86, forecast 3.9, which actually missed. The U.S. leading index change month over month negative 0.2, forecast was negative 0.3, previous was negative 0.6.
Calls rising, puts falling.
I don't know how in the world I missed that. I blame you, Roy.
That was mine.
You usually read all their stuff off. Nah, I guess I should know what's happening. They got a big lightning bolt here on the chart. I should have clicked on it.
Looking like a potential cross up on the MACD. Cross up on the MACD with flow in your favor and above VWAP. Yeah.
Negative 9,500. You got a big cluster of orders sitting at this 55, 56 area that's moving. That's the ones to watch right there. We need to see these come down to this level, and then we'll have a mover on our hands. You got negative 9,600 CBD.
Thank you. Again, about to flirt with 20,000, but it's holding above it pretty good.
Oh my God, I just realized that there was above 20,000. You said 20,000. I was like, surely he didn't mean that. And I looked over and I was like, wow, I guess he did. It sounds strange, doesn't it?
It does. Calls starting to, well, a little downtick on both calls and puts.
That was a weird little move there. It just popped down and popped right back up.
Yeah, I think
CBD is.
pop up. And you've already gotten a pop up. You're getting 15 points off that bottom.
Yeah.
But tech is showing strength now.
It is. Wow. When's the last time you've seen all the Mag 7 that green all together? Usually you have an outlier here or there.
Yeah. Could get a put. Call still rising, put still falling. Flow definitely bullish. I think it's going to stay bullish all day.
CBD's fixing to hit negative 10,000 again.
What's this? 63.
Popped to negative 95, so it just moved up 500 points.
Yeah, it's popping. Market's popping up.
Probably see a high day test.
Calls rising still, puts falling still.
Well, boys and girls, this is why you have stop losses. Some days are good, some days are not, and you give up all your gains in a couple of days. So CBD's fixing to break below negative 9,000, so I got a feeling we're finna get stopped out again, and then we will stop trading the XFA for the day. We need something drastic to happen to save us here on this one. Back above the EMAs, back above VWAP. I mean, it's just bullish as bullish can be right this second. Not a good time to be in a short.
Howie mentioned Fibs traders at 618.
Stupid CBD, negative 9,500 again and climbing. I don't get it. I do not get it. Negative 99. Negative 10.1. Make it make sense to me, Roy. Make it make sense. Negative 10.2.
Indicators, they're conflicting. I mean, calls flow is super bullish. Obviously, market is following something. I think
I did say earlier though, you could see the CBD going more negative, and then you're actually creating a squeeze. So we're not getting a real volume to see a shorts covering though. So I mean, you had strong red volume to open, and then you had one strong green candle, and then it's pretty much been declining since, except one was a little bit higher than the previous. But you're not getting volume here to show this move should be sustained. But it's you don't need volume to get stopped out.
I think it's more just, I know this is like kind of a cop out, but I mean, you just look at Apple, it's just getting bidded up. It's almost like it's like just a constant market order bid on that chart. And you had Nvidia earlier just going gangbusters, but Apple looks like it's just everybody's buying Apple. Now it's starting to come down a little bit, so hopefully you can get a little topping candle with the not setting out a new high. That'd be good. But
Yeah,
it's
CBD's holding negative 10.3.
the flow is still strong. People are buying calls, but they've been buying calls all morning. Puts are falling.
I think that's more of a key than the call buying. The puts falling.
Yeah, puts are falling. What was SPX? SPX 5707. So it got below 5700 for just a minute and then got to actually below 5690 and then popped up. That was very
Now
slow.
CBD's come back to negative 10. You got to negative 99.
Yeah,
Hey,
you got NQ just bid it up.
give me a couple of minutes here, Roy. Just ramble about how bad this trade is for a second.
I got you, man. It's a tough game. We got ES testing battling 5770. I mean, if he can get a rejection here, he's got a shot. MACD has crossed to the upside, so that move is official. Puts are still falling. Calls, trend is still rising, but yeah, puts are falling hard. Let's see. SPY back over 570. Here's a move down. Get him a nice nasty candle here. Nice nasty. That's a new phrase for you. If it can break below 5764, I think that's right where he entered actually. NQ coming down. Flow not suggested much. Same trend. You're just getting these rapid spikes. That look like a pretty strong sell somewhere. Video? No. Microsoft? Looks like Microsoft had a little move down. Here you go. 57.65. This trade is flat again. Was for a moment. You get a nice move down. Continue. Give it to him. Probably get an orb low retest. That'd be at 57.58.50. We can get some continuation on this move.
Maybe I should leave again.
I was gonna say that wasn't terrible.
CBD is negative 12,300.
Okay. Get an orb low retest here would be nice, but looks like got a little wick off of the 60 line, 57.60.
And that's where orders are sitting at.
NQ flirted with breaking the 21 and on the 3 minute and then wicked off of it. So, oh,
I had a bunch of orders flash both sides just then. Lord have mercy.
yeah, no change in flow.
Yeah, CBD's coming back negative 11.5. We're gonna hit 75, I think, which would just take me out. And it would end me for the day on this one. So these damn dip buyers.
They are strong, man. They are strong.
The U.S. leading index report is not looking great.
So you're holding above 57.70 here. With flow not really in your favor and CBD going against you, right?
Negative 11.1. 11.2. 11.3. 11.5. It's toying with me what it's doing. That's all it's doing. You still have decreasing volume. We are getting close to lunchtime, so volume should continue to decrease. We do have European close, which should cause something, but that's a little ways away. CBD's actually come back to 11.3 now, 11.4. Orders kind of flashing to the low side. You have a few popping up. Still at that around that 57.60 area. These orders are fresh, are getting a little bigger.
Yeah, testing, still struggling at 57.70. Can't quite run away from it.
CBD's just holding still 11.3, 11.4, 11.5 around that range. It's not really going hard one way or the other.
NQ pushing.
NQ wants to go to orb high, doesn't it?
Yeah, as I say, it's about 15 points away from its high a day.
Well, that's 15 seconds, right?
They're at the
Remember,
point of
we're
control
fixing to
now
go to.
on ES.
They moved the orders above 75. They moved them up to 78, brought them back down to 75 and right below. So I don't know. These orders here, they popped above 75 and they brought them back. So until we see these moving down, we have no hope. And they're popping them right below it. Watch these numbers here. See how they move and they're pop up and down, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
You got, I need to put that filter in. You got algos popping in and out, controlling the market right now. I wish they would control this son of a gun down to 57.15 and we'd have a hellacious day.
Yeah, now you're holding above 57.70.
Yeah.
NQ is above 20,050.
China's move to lift the retirement age unpopular among workers. Well, no one is happy. Well, if you move the retirement age up, of course, people are not going to be happy. And watch, you're going to see the same thing in the U.S. before long.
Yep.
I got a feeling you're going to see Social Security age go to what? It's 62 and a half now. You're going to go to 72 probably before long. They've been leaning that way, and they're going to have to do something to try to continue to push the narrative that there's going to be a Social Security out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a fake age at 62, right? It's really what 67 gets you the full thing. Had a little drop there, and then buyers showed up.
Quick. You still got, as long as these orders are sitting at 75, they've dropped them for a minute, but then they put them right back up. So the orders there need to drop for this thing to pull down. You got a ton of orders sitting at 65 right now, or right here. All these orders, and you can see they're coming in and out, moving. So you've got roughly 800, 900 orders, and actually over 1,000 orders there now.
NQ looks like it wants to boogie. It's now 8 points away from its high. Looks like it's going to set it here in a minute.
Oh man, it took me out 993, so we're gonna get off this. Bad day on that, so
NQ new high and came back a little bit, got up to 2080. Now it's pushing up again. That was a strong recovery in a short amount of time. I mean, to not even have a VWAP retest there is pretty surprising. No orb low retest, no VWAP pretest. You're at point of control now, pushing higher. NQ is just on a mission. It's now setting new highs. Flow suggesting it.
Look at all these orders around the high. Excuse me, I'm not close enough to my CBD's climbing again. Make it make sense. Negative 11.5. It got all the way back down to 11 to 10. Negative 10. That's back to 11.5.
That NQ chart went from nasty to not nasty.
It went to nasty to beautiful.
Yeah.
NVIDIA is trying to break out of its opening orb. Apple has just demolished it. It's
Tesla.
VIX is at the bottom of it. I'm going to look for this 80 area for a triple top here.
NVIDIA 119.
Negative 11.2.
It's not making a new high.
What's Tide showing still? Is it still showing very bullish?
Still, yeah, bullish. Puts falling, calls rising. It's just bullish. No way to sugarcoat it. A pullback here, a couple points.
Since that 70 level has been a key, I'm going to see if we can take a long off 70, if it'll bounce back up. If it could get us that 70 test and bounce back up to a high day, that would be a nice trade. CBD's negative 11.5. I don't I don't know if it means anything at this point. It looks like we're going to actually not even go to the 70 yet. So let's see. Ugh.
Point of control is 72, so that's where we're kind of hanging out right now. Yeah, to follow up on Cashy's point, the NQ all-time high is 20,983. We're at 20,077. So about 900 points away from its all-time high.
Well, we're in this trade now. Just look and notice that. I was too busy reading the text. We're going to put it down here as a break. And then we're going to put highs to take profit. So CBD is negative 12.3. So, yeah. If it breaks these EMA, I'm going to be so pissed. One of those days where you can't even. So far, I'm just reading it very wrong.
So we're below point of control line, just barely. Again, I don't know if you can read much into flow right now, but calls still up, puts with a very slight tick up. Slight tick. So you're getting your EMA test here, like you said. So if it busts through these, that would be a problem. Holds these. I think you're going to get a nice strong move to the high day, like you said.
If negative 12.5.
NQ, a nice candle. Looks like it's pushing now to another new high. About 3 points away. Amazon broke 190. Apple raging.
Wow.
Calls kind of flattened out on Tide. Puts with a slight uptick, but still drastically in favor of calls.
CBD back to 11.5, so it dropped 1,000.
Nvidia battling 119 again.
Apple is just a monster.
It is an impressive chart. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the Apple chart today, it is.
If you want to see the definition, like if you want to look at a bullish chart, just screenshot this one.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Since open, you've had 2 red candles, and they have just destroyed them back to the upside both times.
Yeah.
Take us to high day here. Make me feel better about the day.
NQ new high 20,100. So there's your move on the NQ. I think it's all.
So
Yeah, it's just NQ dragging it up. There's your move on ES, starting to follow NQ. The whole world just gonna follow Apple now.
CVD
Nvidia,
is negative 11.5. I just don't get it.
Nvidia 119.18, so it's now starting to break away from its 119 test. Microsoft looks like it wants to start to join the party. If you look at that chart, if it starts to boogie.
So you have every Mac 7 is up at least 1%, at least almost 1.85%. Oh, it almost got me. It almost got me there, you son of a gun. And it got it. There's $1,200 on that account. So hey, we do know a few things.
Hey,
We're going to lock that bad boy up.
nice job. New high on ES. Good trade. Good trade.
CVD is now negative 95,
Look at that.
92.
You had a big spike in calls, dropping puts. Look at Tesla's chart, by the way. It's mimicking Apple's.
I don't have Tesla's chart. Let me pull it up. Get over there.
Yeah.
Wow, Tesla looking good, looking strong today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my gracious! Look at Meta. Whew.
I'm done looking at bullish charts for the second, Roy. I need a break.
I think you can just, yeah. Wow. There's some moves happening.
Now on
I
this
mean,
one, we look for a test back down to here, and then along again. I'm not going to chase it up here.
it's just pushing, pushing, pushing. Again, hindsight's 2020, but recapping all this, it's you had your dip. Flow was going calls, so CVD was right on that dip, right? Because calls were going up and
Well,
CVD
you
was
say that. I mean, CVD spiked out at like 9,000, negative 9,000 here, and when it got all the way up to here, it was negative 12.5.
right.
So I think what you're seeing. Let me pull the ES chart back up over here with this. Give me a second. Come on, catch up. Yeah, this candle here has got some major volume to it. Some major volume. This is looks like it's going to be the third or fourth largest candle since open. Well, it's the second since open. Now you'd look for a pullback. So we're going to play these fib levels now. Like I said, I have no zones up here to go off of. Because if you zoom out, there's nothing to zoom out to. This is where it gets interesting. Uncharted territory. You could actually do a fib extension.
How often do you do those?
Hmm?
How often do you do those? I mean, obviously you have to do it in all-time high ranges or like day high ranges, but do you often do those or no?
No.
Yeah.
There's your fib extensions. So you see the levels up top.
How do do you play? This is actually a good segment brought to you by Propel in the future. How do you do your so on a high day breakouts? Right, obviously your orbs are now gone. They can be used as retest levels, but now how do you handle the zone above? This is a special circumstance where there is no zones above. But do you ever like how can I explain this in a better term? So I tend to think of in one session terms when I'm trading. And so the day high has been hit. So now I've missed the move. I'm done for the day. Do you ever feel that way, or do you just kind of roll it on and say, "Who cares what happened to the session on the high here? We're still going to be going up, or we're going to reject, or whatever it may be."
So, like, well, I mean, today I've got these levels here, so I've drawn extensions. And if you look at, let's look at the extensions overall. So, kind of how you do your extensions, you can do it a little different. Let's do it from here. So you look for one extreme to another and then down, right? So you had an extreme, here's your low, and then I do mark this high and then this next low, and this gets your extensions up. So from this level, so you're looking for extensions from this level up. So like right now, you can see we tested the 382, and then we've actually rejected off of it. You would trade it just like fibs.
Gotcha.
Your next level is the 50. So if you break 382, you could tend to play to the point five, which is right at 5800. Which you look at bookmap, we got 300 orders sitting at 5800. So that would actually be a level. I mean, yeah, 5788. So that would actually be a good level to play to 5800. You would just follow them up, and then you can still adjust your fibs to play pullbacks, right, and all that. So
Well, I'd say as far as mentally for you, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel at this?
I hate to chase, and at this point, you feel like you're chasing. So that's why I'm keeping the fib levels on here, and I would play to an extension.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I would look to.
If you go back and actually do those fibs that we drew this morning from the Globex low to high,
Yeah.
um, it's pretty amazing where we bounced.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's actually it may be worth throwing up there. It's the yeah, just do the pre-market high and low fibs or extended hours, I should say.
Or you want to go? Oh, I moved the wrong one.
Yeah. So
Oh, I see what I did. I need to move those for a second.
I'm slightly green on the day. $40. I got myself in a pickle with you, but I got myself out of it. I'm trying to
So there's
figure
your
out.
low to high. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, why is mine different? Oh, is that I've drawn mine from
Oh, that was from yesterday low.
yeah. Do the
You go
Globex.
pre-market.
Globex is what 56.98.25 we had mentioned earlier. Look at that.
Yep. CBD is falling off a cliff. Negative 8,200 now.
I think the
Yeah.
story's been written on options flow. I don't have to keep taking it. It's bullish. Howie with a good chart on the daily fibs. Is this the blow off the top moment? Have you studied any of the charts back in 2007 and 2008? All that?
Not this year, I haven't.
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
I stopped looking back like that far. Yeah, you got a lot of things that are similar, but there's so many different variables now still.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd say the rise of popularity in options has changed the game quite a bit. You're getting these mechanical squeezes
Yep.
happening. Um, that I'm not saying retail is causing that, but I mean, obviously, I think my theory. I've said it a long time on the Discord and stuff. I think Tesla cracked the code a couple of years ago, and it was just always had this option buyer show up with calls, and it was just causing more people, option writers, to get squeezed, and it was just like this never-ending mechanical squeeze on Tesla that didn't match. And then all of a sudden, the product and the demand started catching up with it, and it basically just pushed the stock up to crazy numbers for an automobile maker.
Yep.
And then I think they kind of cracked the code with it, and more people started doing it for the other companies, bigger guys, Apple's and Microsoft. And
So you're getting an orb high test now from ES. This is
point
a
of
con.
control is still 57.72, so yeah, still 7 points it can fall to get a.
We're gonna see if we can get in along here. If it bounces back up, we won't. Let's see, this is another combine. We got right at a tick or two away from it and bounced so far. So we'll see.
NQ is testing its 3-minute 8 ribbon right now, which is now widened out. So I noticed you don't have ribbons on your trading. Did you ever trade with ribbons before, or did you always just like
I've
the
traded with them before, and it just clusters up my chart. I don't like that. I don't need it. I can
yeah,
tell the same exact thing that you tell without being colored in.
you read more
Right?
highlights magazines than me growing
Do
up?
what?
I said you read more highlights magazines than me growing up. That's where you're smarter.
You probably have a
Well,
bunch of highlight markers on your desk right now because you highlight everything.
I, I do. When I was in college, I was a very neat note taker. I did enjoy that. That was kind of like one of my studying strategies, to write sloppy notes and then rewrite them in like a more formatted thing.
I was a horrible note taker.
Yeah, I got it easy now, man. Just
I
bullet
couldn't stand
points, chat
school. I
GPT.
hated school, so I didn't want to do anything. And I was one of those
I
kids that could make A's without studying, so that
yeah.
was not good.
I learned, guardrails, right? Growing up, you always test the guardrails. I learned that I wouldn't get in trouble for B's. I'd get in trouble for C's. So I'd strive for B's and just kind of chill once I knew I had locked that in. I didn't ever try and go for the A.
Well, this is frustrating.
Tell you,
You see how
bounced back
close it
up
came
on
to
that.
my order and popped?
Yeah. Bitcoin 63,379, up 2.63%. Solana up 5.5%. I know that owns a lot of Solana. $141. IWM 224, up 2%. NQ is up QQQ is up 2.8%. NQ is as well.
So occasionally, so when I watch YouTube a lot, because I told y'all before I like watching YouTube golf with like Bob Does Sports and Good and all those people. And from my past history, it still pops up suggestions on stock stuff, right? And I had a guy pop up the other day, and it's like this one strategy. Of course, you always see that one strategy, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this one strategy, see what this one strategy was. So his one strategy was actually about 15 different strategies combined. It's like I only do this one thing, and then of course he had EMAs, he had VWAP, he played
Yeah.
MACD, and I'm like, your one strategy consists of a lot of different strategies. Now the guy, I forgot his
This
name.
strategy.
He showed it. I give him credit. He showed his port. And he showed his bank statement. He's like, look, I'm not lying. I made $12 million. So here's 12. Here's my broker report showing that I made $12 million. Here's my bank account showing that I've taken $12 million. Like shit. Okay,
All right.
but it's not one strategy.
No, it's there is no such thing. There is no such
No, and it's funny. So that one guy, what's his name? I'm gonna find him. He's very boring, very boring. But if anybody, I suggest if you want to watch a YouTube video to learn supply and demand stuff like that, I highly suggest you follow him. Let me pull him up. All right, I'm gonna leave our stream.
You got 8 EMA testing now on ES and on NQ. You got MACD curling down. Could get a MACD cross at the bottom here. Flow still bullish. I don't think there's much going to change there. So the could get a move down to at least point of control 57.72.
I'm looking at my subscriptions. Let's see all subscriptions. Of course, now he's not showing up here. I followed him for a while. Yeah.
Tired. Just tired. Been a long week. Looking forward to the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, I probably should have been smarter this morning. I woke up late and all the fun stuff. Now I'm not going to see it.
MACD crossing down here. You could get your cross. Could be a fake out. Flo says it's a fake out. We'll see though. Point of control is about to get tested.
Maybe I don't follow it. Yeah, it's fixing to take me out down here if it breaks.
There's your point of control test here.
You know, if you want to find something, it's never there. And as soon as we get through the stream, he's going to be the first one that pops up when I open YouTube up.
There's your pop off point of control. So far, it held. NQ's right on top of its 8.
Riley Coleman is phenomenal.
Okay.
He's boring. He's goofy looking. He's a nerd looking dude. But he shows you like his supply and demand and how he does it and scalping strategy is amazing. I follow a lot of this stuff. So
okay.
Let's see if can I share him. Won't normally do this, but I'm going to share him in our Discord channel. If anybody wants to follow him.
Getting a retest of the point of control here. And your MACD looks like it wants to cross. Broke under point of control.
Yeah, they took me out. So I just shared this Riley Coleman fella. He's, like I said, he's a goofy guy, but by gosh, it's pretty daggone good. CBD is climbing back up to almost negative 11,000.
Yeah, I think you could get a VWAP test again here.
That account actually should have blown there and it didn't. So wow, NQ was so far above its orb high. Like it's come back, what, 40, 60 points and it's still not at its orb high?
Yeah, I think Gonna get a little move down here.
Well, if you look, you got the 618 right above VWAP.
Yeah, so
That's right where you got orders sitting at too. There's your VWAP right there, or your
yeah,
618
you got
right there.
your MACD crossing down. It could be a pump fake. Could get a retest of the point of control and a failure. Or it could just rip right back up.
We're going to enter at the 68 level for to get it. Well, you taking trades over without telling us you're taking trades?
I am. I'm clicking. I took a short actually,
So we'd go in opposite directions.
but I'm about to get taken out. Yep, got to take it out. $75 for the day. Battling. Yeah, I agree with Howie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely on
Looks
hard
like
mode,
it wants to
Howie.
break down.
I got this too
Should have held
close.
that short.
We're going to get a drop, man. I should have waited and got it at the 618.
I should have held my short. Oh well. I think you're gonna get your VWAP test and bounce that we've all been looking for.
Well, I am looking forward to a day off to tomorrow. I am going to sleep in a little. I might look at some charts at some point. I might not. I just don't know yet.
This week is all about survival, really, and cutting it off one day early is not a bad move.
No.
You just so much data, so much information. Now you've got so many theories and things floating around. You just need a day to actually say I'm locking out, I'm not trading, and I'm just either relaxing or just reassessing what the market wants to give me. It's very very hard because we're all addicted to the action. We all love what we do. This is the greatest job in the world to all of us, right? We all trying to do it full time if we're not already doing it full time. So it's hard to take a step away, but sometimes I think mentally we forget that we can harm ourselves more than we can help ourselves if we show up every day.
Absolutely. That's a good call. That is a good call there.
And that's why these companies and prop firms are so beneficial because they know you may blow yourself up or you may do really well, but there's going to be that one day where you don't have it. Like for example, today we just didn't have it. We go up, we go down, we go down, and go up, and um, right now it's looking good. The eventual thing, the inevitable thing, is at the end of the day, you look back and you don't want to say, "Why did I do that? Why didn't I do that?" And I felt
Yeah.
myself feeling that way closer and closer this week, and so having tomorrow off is kind of where I'm going with it. Yep. Nice move up. Retested point of control here. Break it up for him. Break it up for him. NQ's battling 20,100 right now, which is right at its 8 on the 3 minutes. Flow. We got to move up in calls again. Put's not doing anything.
Hey, look at your messages real quick. You want to see something stupid?
Let's see. That's fantastic.
Is that not
Definitely,
stupid?
that is stupid. We're taking tomorrow off, of course, but that is.
Yeah. So, guys, you see
Body.
me. I'm just going to, a little secret. You see me red on my XFA here. I'm not red on all funded accounts. So, I'm actually very, very green on all funded accounts. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Well, like you said, it. I think that's a good story too. Is you are trading where you can still make a play, um, in other areas, but you're not blowing yourself up. You're down, but you're not dead, right? And mentally you can take a trade and make money, even if it's not on the screen.
One thing I pride myself on, and this is not a brag or anything, but when I'm trading, I'm in this mode. I never get like, I mean, I might say some stuff, but I never get discouraged where I continue to trade. Like I could trade that XFA right now, but I'm proving a point to myself by not trading it, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
not locking it, but I'm not going to trade it either. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
We have that lock feature there, and we depend on that lock feature a lot. But in order to be profitable long term, you got to be able to. If you don't have a lock feature, like if you move to a live account, you don't have the lockout feature, or you didn't last time I was there. It was still in the process. So you've got to be able just to click off that chart and not go back to it.
Mm.
And that's what I'm doing with that one now. I'm just not going back to it. Like you said, it's not locked out. I've got my
Mm.
PDLL set, but if you go look at what I got it set at, all it does is just liquidates me. It doesn't stop me out. I can trade. I continue to trade past my limit. It's just kind of a mental note for me, like, hey, don't screw with this anymore. Leave it alone. Now we need this. If he can get us to sustain moved up, I would love to get 2,500 on this one. I'm not going to high day, but this is the previous high range I'm looking at. Might not get back up there. It might get up there. Who knows? But I think it's safe. Not safe play. I think it's a smarter play. Even though we've had some, we've had sell off, right? But look at these wicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buyers have stepped in every single time.
Every
And this
time.
is the first time we have not made a lower low on this candle yet. So if we close this candle, which we got 30 seconds above this, you would tend to think that we might be reversing back. But, that could change in these last 15 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, NQ is definitely trending down now. I mean, it's a pretty
Yes,
steady.
finally testing its orb high.
Yeah.
And as soon as I say that, look, it's going to come down to this low. So we made a lower low again. So that actually is invalid. CBD is still negative 13,000 now. CBD has just been negative side all day. But we are getting to that time where you have the European close. So those people will have to close orders on this side. So we could see something.
Yep.
Apple's come back a lot. Nvidia's come back a lot. VIX has actually popped some. It's at its orb high finally. Took it all day to get back up there, but it's there. Rejected it a second ago when it got up there, so we'll see what it does this time.
Yeah, I think you're at a moment where you see if buyers step in, do they push it back up let it do a VWAP test, and then they just can't help themselves and jump in, or do they actually push it lower?
CBD just broke negative 13,000, by the way. So I think with that note, it's almost 10 o'clock. I think we're gonna call the stream here. We're gonna let this trade. So what you see here is exactly how this trade is gonna play out. Either I'm gonna lose $1,900 or I'm gonna make $2,500. One of the two. I'm not touching this again. I'm not adding anything to it. When we get done with this, I'm gonna actually walk away because I've got some stuff to do and I got yard work to do today. So I won't be watching this stuff. So this is where we're at. So I will know tomorrow if it hits 57 60 25 before it hits 57 78 25. You know what'll happen. That's my two spots. We will catch it. It'll actually be Monday. So this is a big cliffhanger.
Yeah. So we got a little streaming holiday. Let me run through my picks real quick. This is for Led, who's a big sports fan.
Forgot.
That's a joke because Led absolutely hates sports, which is a travesty. But
Led hates sports.
Yeah, he doesn't do sports.
Wow, there's another check mark against Led.
Yeah, he doesn't do sports.
He's probably not even listening now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll know that we're doing the sports talk. He'll just cut it off. He's done. All right. So I did college lock is a odd one. Let me get the line properly so I don't say anything wrong. Is Kentucky, Ohio. My wife is from Kentucky, so I'm going to take the under in that game of 42 and a half. 42 and a half. And then how I keep track of this is I actually make the bet as well. So just did that. And then NFL, I'm going to go Vikings plus 2.5 at home against the Texans. I would rather it be 3, but I'll take the 2.5.
Get that hook.
Yeah, I wish I had the 3 though. That 3 makes it better.
That's why they give you that hook.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that under on Kentucky, Ohio. That's the only one that kind of, Kentucky did score 36 against South Carolina, who has a decent defense.
Yeah.
You're looking at what they did against Georgia. I mean, Georgia's probably one of the best defenses in the country. So,
yeah, but I don't know. We'll have to do this on another show. But Georgia's offense was Georgia's offense that bad, or was Kentucky's defense that good?
I think with Bowers being out, moving to the NFL, I think they depended so much more on him than anybody will ever give him the credit he deserves for it. He was that team's offense last year.
Yeah.
You look when he was hurt last year, they struggled. When he came back, they looked brilliant. Looked best offense in the country. When he was out, they kicked field goals kind of like they did against Kentucky, and kind of what they've done this whole year so far. So I think their quarterback's overrated, and I think their offensive line's overrated, and I think their offense is mediocre, and they've got A+ level defense.
Okay. So you would say they are vulnerable to a potential SEC foe down the road.
For the first time since I can remember, ESPN actually has us as a 56% favorite to win that game at home against Georgia now.
When is that game?
It's shit, I don't know. I don't look ahead, Roy.
October.
I can tell you though. It's coming up.
Home game, number 1 Georgia.
I think it is. So it's not the 5th. November the 9th. Ways to go. CBD is almost negative 14.5. It's fixing to come down and hit that VWAP. And those orders at 57.35 that have been sitting there all morning are looking pretty dandy. Where does 57.35 get you? Right back into our zone that we mapped out yesterday. So,
all right, good sir. Let's call it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Thanks everybody for the week.
Weekend, man.
Thanks for for the likes. We will catch you all Monday.
Yeah,
Ooh,
if
U.S.
you had it
sells
tough week
76
this
billion 3-month bills on September 23rd to settle. That was kind of thrown in there a minute late, wasn't it? Thank you guys. Appreciate it. We'll catch you
thanks
next
guys.
week.